Welcome to A Seat at the Table, Carroll Connects with Dr. Mince. I'm Dr. Rose Mince, president of Carroll Community College, and I'm delighted you've joined us. At Carroll, we believe that education changes lives, strengthens families, supports local employers, and helps our entire community thrive. Yet many people experience Carroll in just one way, as a student, parent, event attendee, an employee, or community partner. Through this podcast, we'll bring those different experiences together and share stories that demonstrate the many ways that Carroll connects, contributes, and creates opportunity throughout our region. Each month, we'll invite a different guest to the table to share their story, their journey, their experiences, and the impact that Carroll has had on their life, work, or community. And today, I am so pleased to welcome our very first guest, Teri Leatherwood, who is the Athletic Director at Carroll Community College. Teri, before we begin, I'd love to invite you to share one of your stories about Carroll. What's a moment, a memory, or experience that captures what Carroll Community College means to you? Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me. It's exciting to be your first guest, so I appreciate that opportunity. As far as stories, I have two cute little stories I'd like to share, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
The first one, when I first was employed at Carroll as a part-time staff member, I kept asking, why don't we have a volleyball program? Why don't we have a volleyball program? Athletics was relatively new to the college, but volleyball wasn't a part of the program. And I jokingly kept asking, and I was kind of dismissed at the time. And then finally, when the NJCAA no longer recognized women's lacrosse as a sport, we wanted the opportunity to offer another sport for the women.
Right.
So at that time, they came to me and said, are you serious about this? They wanted to do a little feasibility study. How many athletes are out there that would actually be interested? And so they told me, yes, I could go ahead and do that study. And in no time, I found 50 high school female athletes that would be eligible to play volleyball at Carroll, and about 20 of them came to our first tryout.
Yeah, that was wonderful. You're a great recruiter.
Thank you. Thank you. Speaking of recruiting, I'll share the next story, which I think is just kind of funny in itself. I use a program called Field Level for Recruiting and reached out to a volleyball player in Florida.
Wow.
She came for a visit, and the campus tour was wonderful. And that's all she wrote. She then became a member of the volleyball team and moved to Maryland. And when I tell that story, people are like, there's no other community college from Florida to Maryland?
Obviously there is, but she came to the best one.
She did.
That's right.
She did.
That's great. So tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background and your connection to the college.
So I lived in Carroll County my entire life. I grew up in Manchester, Maryland. And then I moved to the big city of Hampstead as an adult, but I played sports my entire life. I did gymnastics right up until my sophomore year of high school when they eliminated it from high school sports. But then I also did volleyball, softball, and basketball. I actually ran the Carroll County Women's Basketball League for 35 years.
Wow, that's amazing, Teri. That's really a contribution to the community. Thank you.
Yeah, it was, when I took the league over, it had 4 teams, and at our peak, we had 12. So it was definitely a great experience, and it was hard to give up, but I gave that up about 2 years ago. I attended Carroll as a part-time student after high school, and then I got married, had children. And I actually brought my children, my girls, here for lacrosse practice at Carroll Community when they were growing up. And then finally, I ended up being employed here part-time, and now I'm the athletic director. So I have a lot of connections to Carroll, including my sister, who's worked at Carroll for 35 plus years.
Yeah, we love Vicki. We really do. She's a great, great person. All right. So thank you for that background. When you think about Carroll, what stands out to you most?
Hands down, it's opportunity. I think everything that the college offers is, well, it was amazing to me. I couldn't believe how much opportunity we give to traditional students, non-traditional students, kids through our Carroll's Kids Camp,
Right.
adults that are just looking for self-interest hobbies, and the opportunity for the honors program, the theater, the athletics, the clubs, the school trips. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, our academic center, another great opportunity for students that are struggling or are concerned about now taking on collegiate level classes,
Mm-hmm.
can go to make them, feel more comfortable. I mean, it's easy. It's drop in. They go in, they sit at a
And it's
desk,
free.
and it's free. Right. They go in, they take a cup, and so if they do their homework and they have a question, they just turn their cup right side up and someone will come help them.
Yeah, it's a great. It is really a great service for our students. So you've talked about experience and opportunity. Who are some of the people who have helped shape your experiences, and what it's made that support meaningful to you over the years?
There's lots of people that have helped. I have to say, hands down, the first people are the staff at Carroll,
Mm-hmm.
for giving me this opportunity, and definitely the support as my first year as athletic director was wonderful. So I'm very grateful for that. All the coaches throughout my 40 plus years of coaching and being involved in athletics is very beneficial,
Mm-hmm.
because you learn a little bit from all different coaches, and the same from the athletes that I've coached starting at age 4 to adult.
Mm-hmm.
You learn different things from each of the athletes that you coach that help you be a better person and a better coach. So I'm very grateful for that, and it has a very meaningful impact on who I am as a person. And finally, I would have to thank my family, my husband, and my 3 children, because they have supported me, whether they wanted to or not. They would always say, "Oh, you're too busy. Don't volunteer for something else, or don't do this." And of course, I wouldn't listen, and I would always volunteer. But then, in the hectic day-to-day things, I might forget balls at a volleyball practice, and I'd call my husband and say, "Can you please bring me the balls? I need practice. I need them in 15 minutes." And there he would be, and my kids would bring me things if I needed a poster board for a sign, or in some cases, my adult children now actually help me coach at my volleyball clinics. And so without them, I wouldn't have been as successful.
Yeah, you really have a wonderful support network. That's great. How has your connection with Carroll influenced your personal life, your educational, your community journey? You've mentioned a number of experiences. Is there anything else that you would add?
Not that I can necessarily think of. I mean, obviously, my personal journey here was started with my education.
Got your degree?
Yeah, going here part-time and getting my associate's degree. And then professionally, I have a career here now, so super, super excited about that. And then it is also, finally, it's strengthened my connection. I mean, being a lifelong member of Carroll County, I have a lot of people that I know, but even working at Carroll Community, both professionally and personally, I have strengthened those connections to more people.
Sure, yeah. If someone in our community has never come to the college, maybe never engaged with us, what would you want them to know?
That's easy, because when I talk to recruits all the time, it's easy for me to showcase and talk about Carroll, because there are so many wonderful things about the school, and that's what I tell them.
Mm-hmm.
I tell them the truth. We have a beautiful 80-acre campus with current and modern facilities, a rigorous curriculum, affordable tuition, and people are always pleasantly surprised when they come to campus, because it's just not the well-kept buildings. It's the depth of the resources, like the academic center that we were talking about. And that's a huge part of my showcase when I'm giving my tours, other than my visits to the president's
That's right.
office.
You bring everyone for a visit, and we love that.
And I tell every one of my recruits, I'm like, you won't get this at any other college. So I would say the president's office and the academic center are my 2 highlights when I have recruits come in. And really, to see it is to believe it.
Thank you for that, Teri. Appreciate it. So, looking ahead, what excites you most about Carroll's future and the role that it can play in our region? I know you have some good news.
I do. So I'm mostly excited about our new athletic facilities, and I do think it'll increase our presence in the region.
Mm-hmm.
Our brand new state-of-the-art turf field gives us a safe and reliable field to train and compete, even in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry with the grass getting torn up
Right.
anymore. And it's a major upgrade for our student athletes, and it really creates opportunities for our local rec councils and their use of the space in the future, which we are still exploring what that will look like, but
Mm-hmm.
we will know more after the turf field is finished in the coming weeks.
All right, so tell us all the details. Tell us about the track and the bleachers and the lighting.
Sure. So the track is an 8-lane track, 48 inches wide.
Nice.
Most tracks are 42, so we've gone a little bit bigger. We're a
Mm-hmm.
little bit bigger and better in everything here. So we'll have all the track events on the track, the hurdles. We'll have the steeplechase.
Wow, not many places have a steeplechase.
That's correct. So I saw it for the first time when Carroll kids competed at an away meet,
Mm-hmm.
and it was fun to watch. It's just a great sport, and the fact that we can have that at our own facility now is it's just great.
Yeah.
We also have all the field events: long jump, triple jump, high jump, pole vault. All those will be there, and as well, we will have our throwing events. We have a huge cage, it's called, that where we actually throw the javelin
Mm-hmm.
and the discus, and even our project manager on the job refers to it as our Olympic style cage,
That's exciting.
because it's really nice, and it is the whole facility is top notch.
Mm-hmm.
The complex will have Musco lighting.
Nice.
So you'll be able to see the whole facility lit up at night. That's
And
exciting.
that's new for us. We've never had lights at night. And
That's correct. So it
Yeah.
expands the time that we'll be able to use the field.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wonderful. Before we wrap up, is there anything you were hoping that we would talk about today that I didn't ask, or is there a story or a lesson or a thought that you would like to leave with our listeners?
Well, I want everyone who is listening to walk away with one thing. That is, whether you've never been to Carroll, or you haven't been here for a long time, or you're here a lot, we'd love for you to come and be a part of what's happening at Carroll on September 17th. Did I say September 17th?
You did. Say it
Okay.
again. September 17th.
At 3 p.m. for our kickoff event when the new field opens. That'll be before our home men and women's soccer games
Mm-hmm.
at 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. You can come get a picture of Lightning the Lynx.
Cute.
You can enjoy the cow. You can stop by the concessions. But really, we want you here to cheer on our home teams to a win.
And who are we playing that day?
Allegheny Community College.
Okay. All right. So everyone, September 17th, 3 o'clock, please join us. We hope that you'll come for some of the fun, the food, the excitement, and certainly to support our athletics. One tradition we'd like to start at A Seat at the Table is passing a question forward. So what is one question you would like me to ask a future guest, someone who may have a completely different connection to Carroll than you do?
Well, being a huge Baltimore Orioles baseball fan.
Yeah, we have that in common. Mhm.
Okay. I would say, why not? Just like their 1989 slogan, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not Carroll? So I think it's so true. Why not? We have everything to offer, and affordability, and we're right in your backyard. Why not?
Why not? I
Why
love it.
not? So on a more strategic note, so you can choose which one you ask.
Okay, maybe I'll put both questions. We'll see.
I just want to say, if we can light up a field, which we're going to do, how do we light up a path for those who have not yet discovered Carroll?
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. So, Teri, thank you for joining me and sharing your story, Your experiences remind us that Carroll Community College is so much more than a campus. It's a place where people come together to learn, to connect, to grow, to create opportunities that strengthen our entire community. And thank you to our listeners for joining us for this very first episode of A Seat at the Table, Carroll Connects with Dr. Mince. Again, I'm Dr. Rose Mince. Until next time, remember that every story matters, every voice has value, and together we continue building a stronger future for Carroll County and beyond. We'll save a seat at the table for you.
Thank you, Dr. Mince, for having me.
Thank you, Teri.